laws and doctrines have been passed by nations to safeguard their various allies. Of the doctrines passed by these nations, the Monroe Doctrine is the most important because how it shaped the New World and how it affected the next 2 centuries in Europe and over the world.
This is Monroe and Roosevelt by Young Scholars Production.
General Lambert, our troops seized Fort Boyer today.
That is excellent news. Our first battle with the Americans was really rubbish.
Did you get the telegraph? The remaining American troops are on the way up the bay right now.
God damn it! Send the rest of the British troops to the bay. We must keep the bay in the British hands. Be on your way, soldier.
Body General. The HMS Brazen has sent an urgent message. You need to read it.
Very well.
As of 2 months ago, the Treaty of Ghent was made to end disputes amongst America and Great Britain. We are no longer in the war with America. Please cancel any of your future military plans and make your way back to Britain. The war has been over already? We've been fighting for 3 whole months. We've been fighting for nothing. We leave the Americans with the taste of victory. Dear Prime Minister, I agree that we should work together. We can implement a policy against Spain from trying to take back its Latin American lands. We can do great things together. Soon the Monroe Doctrine is issued in 1823. This tells Europe that if any of their nations were to control or influence any Latin American land, they would take it as a violation against America. Not known to many people, the Monroe Doctrine was helped outlined by John Quincy Adams. He was the one to suggest Monroe to stay on his own, not to team up with Britain. We cannot let the Spanish slowly reclaim authority in the Western Hemisphere. What I propose is that we should join with Britain and impose a policy together.
President Monroe, you must not join with Britain. They will claim it as a debt to them. And we can't be a cockboat in the wake of the British man-o'-war.
Eventually.
Sir, American President James Monroe has just announced his new policy, the Monroe Doctrine. It states that European countries cannot invade territories in the Western Hemisphere or the United States will take it as a direct threat. We cannot afford the U.S. as an enemy right now.
Bloody hell, relax that obscure mouth of yours. We must not interfere with what the Americans have to say. We shall accept this doctrine into our own system. In 1895, Grover Cleveland drafted a note sent by Richard Olney, Secretary of State, to Britain. In essence, the note warned Britain that if they captured any part of Venezuela to acquire more territory, then the United States would take it as a violation of the Monroe Doctrine. The British did not answer the note until later the year, and even then they claimed that the Monroe Doctrine did not give the United States such power.
National Donut, they had an effect on me.
Dear Richard Olney, Secretary of State, I need you to issue a note to Great Britain. Make sure to inform them that their movement into Venezuela is palpably unjust. They are violating the Monroe Doctrine. Sincerely, Grover Cleveland. On October 3rd, 1899, the Tribunal of Arbitration decided the final boundaries, giving Britain almost 90% of the disputed territory and all of the go. The doctrine was there to show that the United States was the only place that could influence those countries. The Roosevelt Corollary was an addition to the Monroe Doctrine and was created in 1904. The Corollary was established to allow U.S. interference in the economic affairs of Central and South America. Ahem. Ahem. Gentlemen, I believe we need to do something about Europe trying to influence these Latin American lands. We need to show them that if they mess with Latin America, they have to go through America first. I propose that we add a corollary to the existing Monroe Doctrine.
I agree. Plus, this policy passes the rules of Article 3, Section 3.
If y'all did not pay attention to this presentation at all or just straight up fell asleep, it's okay. I'm gonna give you a basic idea about the Monroe Doctrine and the Roosevelt Corollary. The Monroe Doctrine was used to tell European nations, hey, you can't colonize our land anymore by the Americas. Unless, of course, European colonies were already set up, they were able to stay, but they could not add any more to that. This was more of the passive type of doctrine. We didn't have a strong military at the time. We really couldn't keep them away, but it was a good idea at the time. This was later enhanced by the Roosevelt Corollary, which Kyle will now explain.
So I'm going to talk about the Roosevelt Corollary. It was Teddy Roosevelt's big stick policy. This was a stronger version of the Monroe Doctrine, but there had more punishments and more military consequences for the European interventions. However, this also led to U.S. interventions of Haiti, Cuba, Dominican Republic, and Nicaragua.
Why'd you put your f***s on it?
Wait, no, I don't want them to put it. Okay, I found a way.
It's going right now, by the way.
Oh shoot, is it?
There's gonna be cars passing by.
Forgot.
They're carriages, shush.
Wait, are you still recording? Alright, this is Nathan from my narrator. Hello. 3, 2, 1. Ow! What was that for? Jeez!
Move!
That DJ mixing.
Stop! Write on it like this.